first press conference of the 24th Party Congress of the CPIM. As you know, many of you also attended the inaugural session yesterday. After the inaugural session, as you will see from the press release that we have issued, we have 729 delegates and 79 observers attending the Congress. Yesterday afternoon in the session, the coordinator of the Central Committee, Comrade Prakash Karat, placed two reports. One was a review of the political tactical line that we had taken in the 23rd Party Congress in Kannur. And the second was the political resolution for the coming 3 years. Unlike other parties, our party Congress is really an example of democratic functioning. So not only has the review been discussed at different levels of the party, the political resolution also has been widely circulated. According to our constitutional requirements, we circulate the political resolution. And together, the political resolution and the opinions on the review report, we have received around 4,000 amendments, of which around 3,424 were on the political resolution. What we found from the amendments is that there is a basic unity in the party, both on the review and on the challenges facing the party and on the discussions for the way ahead. We are meeting at a time when the country is faced with a very grave danger, which grows deeper and deeper as every day passes, because we are ruled by a government at the center, the BJP-RSS joint venture is what I call it, and this joint venture is to change the very character of our country's constitution and the nature of our social relations. In our discussions, one important issue which has come up is this Waqf board amendment, when it is still a bill, but it was adopted by the Lok Sabha yesterday. I want to reiterate the strong opposition of the CPIM to this Waqf amendment bill. We believe that it is an assault on the Constitution of India. We heard some ministers yesterday saying, since the law itself is constitutional, how could the amendment be unconstitutional? They have sought to mislead India and India's people by peddling lies about what they are actually doing. And at every level, this bill, instead of reforming institutions, if there are any issues in the functioning of an institution, there are always avenues of reform. And those avenues of reform have to be decided in consultation with those involved. But here, the BJP is using a bulldozer against Islam believers and snatching away their constitutional rights. And therefore, I would like to reiterate the CPIM's strong opposition to this, and we will fight this, even though they may use their majority in parliament to push this. We have to wait to see what happens in the Rajya Sabha. But in any case, we will utilize every fora available to us to fight this assault on the Constitution in the form of the Waqf bill. The second issue also I would like to flag. This morning we heard that Donald Trump, in his ongoing trade war against sovereign countries, has put a 26% across-the-board tariff on Indian goods. Now, while we condemn that because it's been done without any negotiations, and it just shows the aggressive policies of the Trump administration, but what we are very concerned with is that although other governments across the world react when Trump imposes these one-way tariffs arbitrarily without any discussion, how is it and why is it that our government, which claims to be the Vishwa Guru, does not speak a single word against this kind of tariff assault? So this shows the craven nature of this government. Claims to be ultra-nationalist, but when it comes to protecting the interests of India against the United States of America, this government is kowtowing at every step. So this is another aspect which came this morning, which we strongly condemn, and we demand that the government of India take appropriate measures and speak out so that the people of India can be confident that this government is there to protect them against these arbitrary tariffs. Coming back to our resolution, my dear friends, I think there are two aspects which I would like to highlight today. The first is the fight against Hindutva is not just a fight because of their communal character, but Hindutva represents a much wider ideological assault, which in fact does not only target minority communities, but targets any aspect of social reform in our traditions. For example, in the last so many years, we have seen how the Bharatiya Janata Party and the RSS have tried to manipulate caste and subcaste identities while keeping intact the caste system and while in fact supporting the caste system in various ways. So this whole aspect of the fight against Hindutva has a much wider character, and it is not just against minorities, but because of its Manuvadi approach, it is a much wider ideological, cultural construct which we have identified and which we are countering in various ways. Our discussion is how to expand our work to take our alternative vision and our alternative policies to the people. The second aspect of this is that in fighting Hindutva, the economic aspect of it, the nakedly pro-corporate, pro-big business character of this government in bulldozing the rights of the workers, the kisans, the rural poor, in support of their crony friends, this aspect of corporate Hindutva or Hindutva corporate regime, this is very critical in our understanding, because unlike many other parties who have come out against Hindutva or against communalism, we find that the aspect of the economic nature of Hindutva, the class nature of Hindutva, the intrinsic exploitative nature of Hindutva, in that it is supporting big business almost nakedly and dismantling laws which are already there. This aspect, we believe, this link between the two is something that the communists and the left movement have been doing, and we are discussing how we can further this campaign linking both these aspects. The third important point, which I found that many of you have already taken from yesterday's deliberations in the inaugural session, and that is naturally our concern about expanding and building the independent base of our party, particularly in the states of West Bengal and Tripura, where we have suffered a setback, and how to, on the basis of the struggles which we are fighting in both these states, how we can take it forward to a political platform. That is something which is being discussed in the party congress, one of the issues which are being discussed. So all in all, this party congress is a congress, I believe, of renewal, of rejuvenation, and of commitment to take our political line forward on the basis of a self-critical review of our work in the last 3 years. And I would also like to add, as I had said, as we had said yesterday, this Congress has been held at a time of a great sorrow for us, because it has never happened before that in the course of the preparations for a party Congress, we lose our main anchor, our General Secretary, Karl. And therefore, how we have been able to, we haven't been able to, I won't say that we've been able to, but collectively to overcome that very great gap which was there from August, in the middle of our preparations. I think this Congress is a salute also to Karl Yechuri, because so far it is being very, very successfully held. There are very good, healthy, important discussions going on. We have also adopted 2 resolutions. The first resolution adopted is a very important resolution. The central trade unions have given a strike call, an all India general strike call for the 20th of May, and the party congress has resolved to support the strike. It is against the 4 labor codes. The resolution, which I think will be distributed to you, also mentions the other aspects of anti-worker policies which this Modi government is following. And I myself was shocked to know that even this section 111 of the BNS, which is supposed to be against organized crime, we have got examples of how this section 111, which has been imported from the UAPA, how this section is being used against our trade union leaders. We have 3 examples, 2 from Uttar Pradesh and 1 from J&K, where this section has been utilized against trade union leaders and against collective bargaining rights granted to us by the Constitution of India. So I think this strike call is a very, very important call, and the CPIM supports it. The second resolution that was introduced by the trade union leader and president of RCITU, Dr. Heblata, and supported by Omyo Patra, agricultural workers union leader from Bengal. And the second resolution, another very important resolution, is about the assault of Hindutva and the recent communal incidents which have occurred. And that resolution was moved by, P. Rajiv, Industries Minister from Kerala, and it was seconded by Madhu Garg, leader from Uttar Pradesh. We have also, we have a tradition of going through the pre-Congress amendments and putting them for vote, because during the party Congress also we get lots of amendments to our resolution. So the pre-Congress amendment report was also placed, and we have accepted 133 of the amendments which were placed.